Alright, this is a reincarnation reading for Scorpio. This is for fun. This isn't to be taken seriously because I don't do personal readings. You can use these questions for your own personal readings or, have somebody else who tarot reads do these questions for you. Um, if you hear anything eating in the background, that is my cat Pin. Um, I made some chicken noodle soup and I just took the broth out and I gave him some. So that's what he's doing. So if you hear munching, that's him. He loves chicken noodle soup. So anyway, excuse me. The first question in this reincarnation reading is, who were you in a past life? We have Leo here. So July 23rd, August 22nd, through that line of context. So you had a great idea. You are a professional with tools, manual labor, um, a fireman, biotech, forensics, technology, mostly a male-dominated workforce or something to do with farm work. You probably had light color hair, plump or round. So either or, you could have been plump and still worked on a farm, or you could have had light color hair. Light color hair can be like light brown or light blonde or, just like red hair. It can be a multitude of many different hairstyles. Um, so mostly, there's that. And then we have number two. Were you married? Yes, you were. But it came with a cost. Um, so Taurus and Saturn. So very grounded Saturn here. So the truth was probably who you got married to. Their family had like a dowry, or like they wanted a trade. They trade their daughter or son for goods or livestock or something. So, and your spouse probably had a very distinctive nose, had good reflexes, sharp small eyes, chatty, very smooth talker. Might have been very flirtatious, so you were probably like, oh, I want that. Um, anyway, we have number three. Number three is, were you happy in your past life? Yes, you were. Rebirth, Aries, and Pisces. So a lot of things cycled around and cycled around, but it was for the good of your lifestyle. So it was so you married the person you wanted. You got good news from that. They were probably the same as you, where they worked hard. There was a lot of stuff that had to be done. You probably had a lot of kids too. Um, and there was just a lot of, you know, work to do. So you probably worked in the on a farm and you did a lot of different things. You did a lot of crops, you did a lot of cheese making, you did a lot of um, wine making. Some farms give their own wine, like strawberry wine. That is my favorite wine of all time. I can't deal with grapes too much. I can do grape drink and like grape juice, and that's about it. Anything with alcohol and grapes, I can't do. I get sick. Um, but yeah, you probably did a lot of wine making. Um, Number four, what kind of work did you do? Careers in control, DHS. Uh, you probably were an auditor, networker, or you dealt with transportation, so a farmer basically. You had to deal with like control of like your livestock and keeping barriers around certain things that would be, uh, part of the bottom line of your assets. So number 5. Were you an honorable person in your past life? Yes, you were. You were also um, a Leo, so very prideful in like what you built, and you probably earned a lot based on like how your workmanship was too. So number 6, we have what type of problems or challenges did you deal with in your past life? We have Cancer Moon. So bright sparks of love. It had blocked path, rejecting love, fountain of memories, mirror of time, and unhappiness. So there was a lot of different hardships and things that might have broken your heart or spirits at times, and there might have been a lot of points in your married life where you were blocked from your significant other, where they either had to go into town, work, or they were at a carnival or whatever. I'm trying to sell goods, to people on goers. So there's a lot of different memories that may have been like when you were making money or when there was different things that you had to work on. Which life is mostly about certain things like that sometimes. But yeah, I feel like you felt like it was all in the roles of life, the cycle of life. So you took everything on the chin. You didn't really let it bother you too much. You just, I have to do this in order to support my livelihood, and that's kind of how you looked at everything. Alright, and then we have number 7. Number 7 was, were you a famous person? Yes, you were. We have Capricorn and Mars. So, yes, probably a lot of satisfaction with your business. Probably a household name now. Um, Either in cheese, dairy, or eggs. I think egg producers usually do fare better than most things now. So probably more of the egg type or the meat stock. Some people they like bacon in the morning. So if you're a big bacon producer, you would have been very prominent around certain times in history. So yeah, so anything to do with like a household name, I believe like you would be a part of that. If it's Hidden Valley, hell yeah. You know what I mean? I love that ranch dressing. I put that shit on everything. Number 8 is, how was your health in past life? Did you have good health, bad health, etc.? You had it in the middle. You might have been sick, but you always had to do work. So it was like, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to get this to town, I have to serve this, and I have to get other things going. And also, you're purchasing livestock and other things at the same time. So it's like every day was a journey, adventure, or point of sale, So there was always something. Okay, so number 9, how did you die in your previous life? We have no Taurus, no Gemini in here, so there was no energy. Um, Suicide or escape a loveless marriage. So I feel like it might have also been an accident. But I feel like there was a point where like everything in life was just kind of going its own separate way, and I feel like you didn't want to admit your own failure, and it might have been a problem for you. Okay, so number 10, did you have a soulmate in your past life? Yes, you did. There was drama and criticism in it, however. There's Libra and Scorpio in here too. So your person might have been Libra or Scorpio, and that's kind of how you became a Scorpio in this present life. Um, but I feel like they only had enough like things to do. Like if life on the farm was just work, it was kind of like boring for them or whatever. So they kind of left a lot of things to chance. I think so. I feel like it kind of fell apart because of that reason. Number 11, we have, is your present love somebody who you had in a past life? Yes, it was. It's the exact same person, but now they're in Aries and Mars, so it's kind of intense. So you might have ran into this person a couple times. They're an Aries fire sign, and yeah, it's pretty intense. Number 12. We have, are you linked to your parents of today from a past life? Yes, you are. Cancer, Venus, or a Sagittarius. So this could be your mother. She could be a Sagittarius, or she could have like Sagittarius in her Venus, Moon, or ascending sign, which would be the first house. Um, so yeah, she's kind of like yin yang. She kind of plays devil's advocate a lot of times. So it could also be your father if your father's in the picture. They could be devil's advocate. So number 13. Um, are there any other family members in your family from a past life that came to you in this lifetime? Yes, there is. There is one that has a distinctive nose, good reflexes, sharp, small eyes, chatty, smooth talker. Could be an Aquarius or a Taurus Saturn. So Taurus Saturn, they like to tell the truth a lot. They'll be like, "This happened and this happened and this happened and my life's in ruin," and like they're always trying to get somebody on their side. I feel like that's one of your relatives that you probably talk to a lot, or that's over at your house a lot, because they want to tell you the gossip. It's fun. So number 12, oh, number 14. Okay, so what do you need to learn during this lifetime? We have, there's no mystery or imagination in this lifetime, but there is more practicality. I feel like with your family, it kind of deals with black and white. Like they raised you to be like, you need to make money, you need to get a job, you need to get on with it. You can't like depend on other people. I feel like your family was very black and white when it came to what you need to do. So there's compassion, telling the best advice, solving issues, and expressing creativity. So I do believe that everything in your life is black and white. You need to get a job, you need to get financing, you need to get stuff going for yourself. You can't be in debt all your life, you can't be depending on other people. So I feel like that was major staples in your life. So you might actually own your own business, which this channel encourages. If you have a small business, let me know. Like, for real. I have my own small business. I should actually put it on my channel. So if you want to see my wares, I usually deal with small things and antiques. So, it is what it is. Not for everybody, but, it's good to have people look at it. So number 15, will you reincarnate after this present life? Maybe. There's no moon or secrets in Capricorn or an air sign, but you do have a Capricorn in Jupiter for some of you. A Capricorn in Jupiter means that you kind of like live two lives while you're in one. So you've already started on your your first life, the second one, and it's kind of a legacy. So it'll go on and on and on. Okay, so let's see. I feel like that's it, but I feel like in this lifetime, You will have your own small business or side hustle if you don't already. You might need time to think about what you want to do, but I feel like it's going to be something cool. All right. It could be a new invention, it could be a new thing, a new beauty thing, a new thing for your car. Something that would help with like people with, seizure related issues or having heart uh, rhythm issues. Because I keep getting like the heart, so like the heart of the issue, you kind of like dealing with that type of problem solving. So it's either something to make people smile or feel better about themselves. So, yeah, your business might be something like that because you're Scorpio. You deal with a lot of like nesting issues. Nesting issues is kind of like childhood issues or sense of security, that type of thing, like security blankets or emergency uh, equipment, but something to that effect. And I feel like a lot of Scorpios forget like they're like the masters of security. But I feel like that might be something that you're looking into at the moment, like what's available as far as security and first aid are concerned and what people need and what are the big issues. I think heart disease is a big issue, cancer, lung disease is a big one. But you kind of had to like make people comfortable before like you can address certain issues. But yeah, I mean, there's room for improvement, but there's also room for comfort. It's always a thing because as we evolve as human beings, there is a need for comfort because of different issues that we face. Well, anyway, Scorpio, hopefully this helped you out. It was for fun. If you would like to use any of these on a Ouija board like I do, or a tarot card reading like this is, by all means, be my guest. Have fun with it. Do your own personal readings if you feel the call. Also, eat well. Think about things a little bit, and just try to figure out your own situation. A lot of times it's as easy as sitting down and looking at it, but yeah, nothing's like down to the minutes at the moment. It's a lot of frivolous things, I think, and I think we should deal with more serious issues, like hunger and diseases and things like that. Marching around for the sake of Roe versus Wade isn't really my idea of doing something about issues. If there was a really good issue to talk about, it would be heart disease because so many people expand their hearts and they don't really take into consideration. You need that, and you can't be having a unnutritious meal or be hungry or that type of thing because it does wear down the heart a lot more because it has to work harder in order to um, find food and metabolism for itself. Anyway, Sagittarius is going to be next. That's going to be a tough one. Anyway, Scorpio, you take care of yourself. Take care of everybody and do something nice for yourself. I feel like you might need it. It might have been a long time coming. And there's just a lot of things that have been popping off, and I don't think you need to worry yourself with trivial things. There's a lot of people with trivial views on shit that doesn't make sense. Anyway, so I will see you in the next reading, alright? Later.